Yo, 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 what is up? Good morning. Beautiful people, what's going on? Good morning, King Carnage, Susan, Ryan, Eric, Kim, Daffy. Good morning, VC. I saw your comment. You can't retract your statement. I saw what you said. You said coin was flushing. I saw what you said. And you'd be... I don't know if I'd say flushing, but they definitely are pulling back in the morning. Yeah, I guess you could say flushing. They did break a pretty significant... what was supposed to be a support. Previous day open. Excuse me. Good morning, Dr. J. Good to see you, man. Make sure to check the Discord, guys. I posted SPY. I posted SPX. I've moved AMD finally because I'm tired of looking for it. I put it to right under NVIDIA. But I posted AMD. I posted Moderna. There's a couple things I posted this morning and last night, so make sure to go check those out. I'm pretty active on posting game plans about every single day. So if you're not somebody who likes to be spoon-fed, you'll love my chat. Let's zoom in to today. Excuse me. My voice is still going out. I need to get some honey or something. Good morning, Carter. Good morning, Mikey. Good morning, SF. Aloha, aloha, aloha. We have about a minute till the market opens. The game plan this morning for SPY, everybody, is we're going to be looking for some early selling away from the pre-market high and under previous day close towards 527s. Or bulls are going to be pushing beyond the pre-market high for more all-time highs. So basically, we're already bearish. But you can see previous day closes right here. You can see pre-market lows right here. So I mean, they're right at the spot where it should keep selling. But if we get a good push and we see them break 530.90, there's a good chance we get some more all-time highs. Now you're good, VC. Good morning, Maddie. But does that make sense to everybody that's in here right now? You guys get the game plan? If we need to repeat it, we can. I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Because yesterday, you guys... I saw a couple of you guys... it's like every time we get above current day open, you guys are like, oh, I gotta get puts. It's like, what? Above current day open, we are bullish, my guy. Quit trying to go against the grain. I don't care that you get better pricing. I also saw a lot of people say today's gonna suck. I actually think the opposite. I think today's pre-market range means we're gonna have a great day. This is a very tight, pressured range today. We didn't jump up $6. We didn't fall a couple dollars. We're literally right where we were yesterday at close. We just bounced off of it. So right now we're looking for buyers because based on the game plan, we are above today. Previous day close. So right now you need to be looking for buyer moves, higher lows, bullish candlesticks. We like this as long as this area and this area are holding. So if you want to, you can highlight this and make it red if you so choose. Okay, that's pink. Let's actually choose a real red and then lower the transparency. There we go. So basically we're bearish under that. We like buyers off of it. We like bears under. Excuse me. Yes, I just now tuned into it, Tobias. My bad. I wasn't, because I kind of forgot, but thank you for reminding me. Good morning, Alexis. Good morning, Maddie. Other Maddie Ice. Good morning. Yep. And yeah, right now we're just seeing some buyers off of pre-market low and previous day close. Thank you, Carter, for answering me. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Shaq. Good to see you both. We got a little bit of a pullback from the pre-market highs, but we are still bullish as long as we remain above the red area, which is again previous day close and pre-market low. Really just a last minute bounce there to keep us going though, so we'll see who's in control over the... I would say give this another 30 minutes to see who really gives you a better trend. And honestly, this isn't really a challenge, but more of you guys need to do this. I feel like it helped me a little bit at least, and Leland especially, and a couple of the other guys who are bigger traders in chat. But really, try to see if you could just not trade for like 30 minutes or an hour. You know, every so often, try that out. I wouldn't really look to find a parameter like, oh, I think the market's gonna be shit today. Let me just trade this or that. Like, I wouldn't do it then. I wouldn't try to guess when the market's gonna be bad or not, and then try it. I would just do it randomly. Just randomly spread out across your week every other day or something. Try to trade after 30 minutes or an hour goes by, or even longer if you want. Sometimes 2 hours isn't the worst, but we're not really in a market anymore where we need to stop ourselves from thinking like, oh, okay, well, only the morning and power hour are hot. No, actually, some of the cleanest trades happen during lunchtime. If you go back and review, if you truly have been back testing, you'll realize it's here between open and close. There's volume, there's movement, so there's no need to be sitting here. Like, honestly, a few years ago, you would sit here and be like, oh, I'm only going to trade the first hour and maybe the last hour. It's not like that anymore. You could literally skip the first 2 hours and still find the best opportunity of the day. There's so much more opportunity in this market than there was a couple years ago. Moderna, if you want to look into some of my premium looks, we're actually already bullish on this. We like the hold of 127.50. If we get a crack of this level right here, we're looking for downside. If we get a push over 129.94, we're looking for more upside. Most likely going to get a range day on this chart just because they finally broke out, held support, and yes, they're given that opportunity, but they don't have to do anything today. So keep that in mind. But over 130, basically Moderna has no resistance, so just keep that in mind. 133s are our first target, though. We do have a target. Coin still flushing. VC, I saw you mention that earlier. Where's my AMD chart? See, this is why I put it under NVIDIA. So AMD chart, if anybody wants to know, we're looking under 159.69s and then over pre-market high. You're just kind of stuck between those two right now, which that chart's very awkward to look at right now. Honestly, a lot of these charts are. There's a lot of very indecisive candles at the open. Does anybody want to tell me what is the name of that candle that we just saw? What is the name of this? It's the most indecisive candle in the market. And a lot of the time, we want to look for the information that follows this candle because it's so indecisive. What is this candle called? A long-legged doji. And you're not really looking for a perfect flat. You know, it doesn't have to be like this. It just needs to have a very small body, which this does, and long legs, which this has very long legs on both sides. So we're looking just for indecision, and that's what we got there on AMD. IWM, I really hope a lot of you guys took my speech yesterday to the heart, but I would definitely focus on this one today. Right now you're under today's open. Hold up, price level tool. Right now you're under today's open, so you are a little bit bearish right now. But they're fighting the higher lows of yesterday. If you go to yesterday where they made their dip, made their recovery, they kind of made a support here, but then they moved up, they made a higher low here. You can see a higher low of that level is here, and then they just kind of went to the right. They didn't really break out again. They just kind of held the range, which is a good sign. Nothing crazy. But this morning, they're actually rejecting the previous day open with that first candle. They're under today's open, so they're really just looking to crack a higher low at 208.60. So you're looking for bearish plays under 208.60s. You're looking for a little bit of revival from the bulls if they get above 208.90s, and a lot better look if they get above 209.25. So you got a little bit of a parameter here for IWM. Please go back in the stream if you need to rehear that. Still getting buyers off of this area, but not a new high. For SPY, that is. Which, I'm going to go to the other chart now, guys. I'm going to take this off because it's kind of hard to look at. Go to 15. Alright. And now we're just going to focus on this. So it looks a little bit more clear now. We can see the PMH. We can see the area underneath. That gives us our combining area. Previous day close and pre-market low. As long as those hold, we should be bullish trend-wise. Of course, it's a little awkward the first 10-20 minutes because we don't have that much information. I don't see any significant moves on the left side here. I see Meta's down 4.8. I see Tesla's down 1.6. IWM is barely flat. SMCI is down even more. Moderna's still under that breakout level. Yeah, I mean, there's not like a bunch of crazy movers today, at least this morning. Of course, if you're in the Discord, please check out the daily updates channel. There is a lot of amazing updates there. FinancialJuice.com, though, is telling us that there's not a crazy amount of news today. A lot of the news has already come out. It's the Fed speakers that are going to be able to do possible damage today, but even them, there's not every single one of them today are that important. May 17th, May 18th, May 19th, not really seeing a whole lot. We just see Fed Powell speaking on the 19th. The 27th, the US holiday. I'm not seeing like crazy big news now that we have CPI, PPI, all the interest stuff behind us again. Today was jobless claims day, but as you can see, that really didn't do much. But yeah, that's a lot of the news behind you this week, so you shouldn't have to worry about much today, much tomorrow, unless something surprising comes out from a Fed speaker, which I really doubt it, considering they've kind of been sticking to the script lately, and have been for a while. Plus, I think everybody by now has learned that Powell's the man. He has the most impact, or one of the biggest impacts. Apple is above pre-market high and previous day high on the 1 minute. Good looks. Oh, that is an ugly chart. Yeah, that first candle is appearing on not every single chart, but there's a good amount of them. Microsoft, why can't it look like that? Microsoft looks clean. Amazon even looks a little cleaner. Nvidia has that candle. AMD has, we know AMD has that candle. That was the first one we saw. Tesla is below previous day low. Possible single candle rejection at 173.11. A retake of 173.11 can at least invalidate those bears short term, but right now bears are definitely in that chart. Meta started lower. They're still trying to hold a higher low above their today's open. Single candle though, so nothing crazy yet. UNH rejected previous day high. Under today's open, they could go for that overnight gap fill. See right here, this is the importance of pattern trading. This is how you know when you know what you're talking about or not. But every time you got to go for a short, like when you're going into highs, and you guys have heard me talk about this a million times going over SPY. But you can't just go for the first pattern, right? If I'm like, oh, it's a bearish pattern, it's gonna fall. Like, yeah, it might have worked right there overnight, but over the long term, I would have been screwed, right? And it would have been better to actually probably look at the second test, or a second bearish candlestick, or a second show of hands, or show of life by the bears, right? So very ugly. You can see the same thing. Would have been screwed. Right here, would have been screwed. Maybe not overnight on this one, but definitely on this one you would have been screwed. But just going for that first candlestick, or first sign of weakness against a resistance, or first sign of strength by a buyer at a support is not the way to go. You really do need to wait for that second sign to give you that more passive opportunity. You can't just jump in on the first one you see. I keep seeing that on JPM though. A little bit of red now on SPY. Nothing exciting. We are still above today's open. We are still above previous day close and pre-market low. But we are under pre-market high still. So, I may be only slightly more bullish than I am bearish right now. And I only say that because we're holding good recent levels. Again, today's open, previous day close, pre-market low. All three of these are good signs that bulls are here. But if those break, definitely watch for a fade. A fade meaning a slight pullback. Google looks great on the weekly. Yeah, Google's not a bad one. I like Google's chart. Plus, it's been fun watching the XLC sector a little more. Ryan updating Apple saying they are back below with a couple red candles now. See, that's a good clean rejection now. It looks like they might just give us a single candle rejection, go down, fill the gap, make it even more awkward for us. You can see Tesla still below that previous day low. Trying to flip to different chart to kind of keep the ideas fresh, because again, this is kind of meh. It looks like IWM did go for the break. Shortly after we clicked off this chart, they went for the break of 2860. So watch for a retest of this area. If that ends up projecting and continuing on, definitely going to be a very nice drop on the IWM chart. Coin looking like it wants to pull back towards the 212.21 support. How's BA doing? They're green. Ah, BA's over the lower high right here. I like that a lot, actually. For short-term price action, it's over 178.60s. Ooh, FedEx. Still wants to drop more. Costco, new all-time high today. The dollar chart working perfectly, by the way, if you didn't notice already or see it from the other day. We talked about, it was after this candle we drew this, that the inside bar came in. We talked about probably getting that buyer move, and if we close over, it's definitely going to want to test the top of that, what looked like an ugly ass little flag. Rejected, pulled back down, gave us the lower high that we wanted with this wick here, and then huge flush the very next day. This is what gave us more green on the overall equity market. And we can see today we're getting some buyers on that chart, which means we're going to have a little bit of pressure on the SPY chart today. So these are actually converging on each other pretty harsh today, because this should actually be down a lot more if it was actually going perfectly against the dollar. But it's not. They're not perfect opposites, as I've explained before. So there's a good chance that brings us down because the dollar's up, but right now you're looking for continued strength. Excuse me. I am coughing like crazy today. Good looks, new low day in IWM. They wicked up instantly, though. And yeah, you're just looking for continued rejection now of 208.60s if you are bearish on IWM towards 208.17. I like that a lot, though. That's one of the cleaner setups this morning. SPY buyer still in control above pre-market low, previous day close, and today's open, and the psychological level at 530. We got 4 levels that we're looking at now. So much to look at right here. Let me go check that Moderna chart again. Ah, they rejected the level almost to the cent. I was 1 cent off. No break under anything, so we're not super bearish on that yet either. We're just kind of in la-la land on that chart. Same for Nike, they're kind of in la-la land right now. Yo, nice, Maddie. Good stuff. Yeah, you gotta note that dollar chart every now and then. Maybe not every day, but honestly, lately it's been an everyday thing for me. I've just been naturally checking it because it's been working out very well. Is it perfectly moving against SPY? No. But it is making good formations, good moves away from good levels, and it is giving us good spacing on SPY. So it's definitely not hurting to look at it. Nvidia new high at 956. That's probably just gonna keep ripping. Nvidia, SMCI, AMD. Those semiconductors, they rip. They just keep ripping. I don't know why. I don't want to pretend like I know why. But I know that they're so effing strong. And a little awkward on SPX because I am actually pretty bullish above 53.1176, but you can see we're just kind of jump roping it. So same story here on SPX. Mark your previous day close, mark your today's open. Highlight these together. You can even highlight this together if you want, just to remind yourself there's 3 levels here. I don't remember where pre-market low is. I didn't look at SPX like that. But this is what I would look at if I was looking at SPX. Looking under 53.0867. Or a better sign of bears here, because again, we're not just going for the first sign of a red candle. Don't just short every red candle. Don't be that guy. Alright, now let's see. Does weakness show up? Do we get any kind of strength? Do we continue holding today's open? What goes on here in a couple minutes? That's what we're looking for. SPY, dollar, triple Q, healthcare, banks, tech. Now Microsoft, since it overtook Apple on top weights. Damn, you're a hater. No, I'm kidding. I can't believe you replaced Apple with Microsoft. Now that's a good list, I'd say, because you have your, what? You have tech, you got healthcare. I like that you have tech and healthcare in there. Because that's at least your top 2, you know, SPY weights. Which I genuinely believe is very important on some days, because there'll be those days, man, where the market's going up, but it's not by tech, and everyone's so confused. It's like they don't realize other sectors exist. I'll be like, look, guys, look how heavy healthcare is. And they'll be like, oh my god. So, no, watching healthcare is very advantageous. I'd say watching the dollar is very advantageous. I'd say watching an outside like index, like you know how we look at SPY, I would say looking at triple Q or IWM is also advantageous, which you said you look at triple Q. And I feel like that's just because you're also getting a different look at the market other than SPY, because there's going to be days where triple Q is the one ripping and it's not SPY. There's going to be days where it's IWM and it's not SPY and triple Q. So just got to keep that in mind. But how is everyone this morning? Hopefully the rants haven't been too boring for you. It's only been 19 minutes. We're still holding above a lot of really good levels right now. But do not write this day off. I actually think today is going to be pretty incredible. And for anybody who's more interested in the bigger time frame charts, I got a chart for you. So here on the SPY chart, you can see we actually recently broke above the new all-time high. That was yesterday open, sorry. No dips whatsoever. Didn't even get a wick down that much. You can see we have a very, very tiny hair underneath that candle. And all we have is increased movement. So right now we're kind of stuck in this weird mode right now. I always call this limbo mode because we're in kind of a part of the chart where you have to be bullish. You have to be. I mean, you can't ignore what's going on. We're making new all-time highs. But on the other end, as a new trade, as someone who doesn't have an open trade on this, like if you're someone looking for, you know, swing trades or days that go over the course of multiple days or even multiple weeks, it's a little awkward for you because now you're at this part of the chart where, yes, it's bullish, but you have that kind of fear in the back of your head where like, all right, but if I buy here and we pull back, I just bought the top. You know, it's like, so it's a little awkward for you. And this is why it's so important to just wait. You got to be patient. So if you're someone looking for a new trade in terms of swing trades on SPY, you just got to be careful. Now, you day traders have no excuses. You have opportunity every single day. A swing trader has to wait a very long time. It looks like we are still seeing weakness against our today's high. This is nothing to be feared yet. If we get a break of this short-term base here at 530, I fear that will be the beginning, excuse me, of a potential pullback. You still got to break today's open, pre-market low, previous day close area. But if you get a lower high here, that would be a very well-positioned lower high. But we need to break structure as well. We have no break of structure. If anything, this is a bullish retest holding. Those are probably just by coincidence, VC. I wouldn't say either are following each other, SPY and Coinbase. There's no reason for them to follow or not follow each other. But that's a good coincidence, though. It actually doesn't follow Bitcoin as much as people say, either. I don't know if you've noticed that, too, but everyone's always like, oh my god, Bitcoin's going down? What's Coinbase doing? And then it's going up. I've actually found out Coinbase is more like an anomaly stock, and this is how Tesla used to be, like way back when I first started trading, where it doesn't really need the market sentiment or its own market sentiment. So it's a crypto stock, right? Let's say Bitcoin's making new all-time highs. That doesn't mean Coinbase is also making new all-time highs, and you have to say the same thing about SPY. So Coinbase really isn't connected to much, and I haven't even checked the beta to see how much it actually is connected to SPY or not. So I couldn't actually tell you factually, like, if it does follow it or not. But just from a kind of watching point of view, it definitely feels like it doesn't follow anything. It really feels like Coinbase is on its own page every day. Which, in a way, that's a great thing. You're not watching something that's tacked down every single day. If the market's going down, I know Microsoft is most likely red because of how well connected it is to the market, so... But good looks on Coin. Coinbase is a good one to watch. I only like it because of that. I like it because it's a wild buck. It's not constrained to anything. And even though it's an awkward lower high so far under today's high, we have no break of structure, so you have no stake in taking a bearish play here yet. Just reposting for the Discord. Watch for break of structure. Oh, I can't type today. For break of structure under 530 and pre-market low. Or new highs and a push beyond pre-market high. Take-Two, Groupon, Carnival. God, that list is amazing. Apple new hype day. Good call out by Kim. Some of that strength returning back to that Apple chart. Good looks. Maybe Microsoft kept them in the fight. Little weird. Apple and Microsoft are not really trading together right now. They are up the same amount, but they're not really moving with each other. It's a little weird on that one. IWM is still rejecting this, guys. This is probably going to pull away. It already is. Good job, anybody who paid attention to the IWM game plan so far. It looks like y'all have been working well on that one. More pullback under 208.17 or retake by buyers to invalidate the short-term pullback over 208.90s. Alright, game plan posted. Tesla retook previous day low. Great retake by Tesla. That was looking very scary for them for a minute. They love to do that, though. I don't know if y'all have noticed. The past few weeks, it feels like there's just like a couple days each week where Tesla does this thing where it either breaks its previous day high and it looks like it's going to pump, or it breaks its previous day low and it looks like it's going to dump. And then it just does the opposite over the course of like maybe 15 minutes. I don't even want to say 30 minutes. Maybe like 15, 20 minutes. It retakes what it lost. So Tesla in the first 10 minutes, very weird. A lot of very quick movements in the very early part of that chart. None of the trade idea on Moderna is working. Nothing's been triggered yet either. Where's AMD? There you are. AMD did actually push over 162.30s. That's pretty wild. Nvidia slowed down once they hit that high. Where's Google at? Google is just ripping faces off. Nice. Triple Q hit a new high of day, then slowed down instantly. They're having struggles making new highs. I think it's the mix between Microsoft and Apple. I'm not joking. If you put those charts on top of each other, they're almost doing the exact opposite this morning. It's just awkward because they're almost up the exact same amount right now. Let's see here. Nothing new on SPX. We're still just looking for any kind of break of structure, which, again, guys, we see structure here now. We see that here's today's open. We see that there's a higher low over today's open holding before more buyers stepped in. So we know a break of this can bring a very quick pullback. This is where you need to look for triggers. Here's your high of day to watch. And then here's SPY. SPY is in the exact same scenario. You have clear structure right here. Thanks to the price action of the last, 20, 25 minutes. Pre-market high, pre-market low, today's open, yesterday's close. Nice, new high on AMD. Nice. AMD is just destroying it this morning. This morning we talked about a game plan above pre-market high, or you're looking under 159.69 from open. They did open in an awkward way, failed to break 159.69, and I already forgot where pre-market high is, but it looks like it was at 162.77. They're just now surpassing that, but getting over really good levels and retaking today's open. Very quick fashion. You also have Nvidia helping this out. Nvidia moved up very well this morning, and I believe SMCI is also slightly green. I don't know. They're kind of battling their open right now. Or not their open, sorry. They're battling being green or not. Tesla doing a good job. They seem to just re-break back down just now. IWM got a nice move down to 208s, but failed to break that next level. But you're still under structure, so that's a good sign for bears still. Remember, a push beyond 2861 and 2890 is good for bulls. A continued rejection of 2860s is good for bears. SPX and SPY just kind of sitting awkwardly in a range right now, holding good structure. Just remember that these bring really good moves because, again, without structure, we don't get these big breakouts. We don't have these big anomaly moves every day. You don't want those to happen too much because then it's just going to be a little impossible. How is Netflix doing? Okay, they're just still hanging out up there. Haven't really gone anywhere. Coinbase still struggling. It looks like they wanted to dip down to that 212.21, but they're just kind of still sitting here. Moderna's approaching it. Yeah, it's basically 130. We're basically watching 130 on that. I know there's an exact number on it, but basically watching 130. And it might have a boring day today, React, so just keep it on watch in case it does. But I really like the fact that this looks really bearish at a support. So it was at one of those moments where it's like, yes, it can't, if it does break this, it's going to fall really hard, and it didn't. It got liquidated. They ended up holding higher open, got a really nice move. They even made a new high, and now they're sitting above that next area, kind of like what bears needed to do right here to move lower. Now bulls are doing it. So it's almost like this chart's inevitably going to move higher. It just doesn't have to do it today. And again, another loss of this gray area here would definitely bring an invalidation of that what was a bullish trigger. So just keep that in mind too. I love looking over here and just seeing that SPY is still at 0.38. Love that. SPX still struggling. This might also be bad for both bull and bear. Keep that in mind too. New high of day on AMD again after I clicked away. Tesla retaking 173 again. They're jump roping previous day low. And yeah, I'm just clicking around because I know that SPY's not really giving y'all much this morning, so I'm trying to find some other stuff too. Oh my god, Moderna. Nike, what are you doing? Off that 90.85 was beautiful. Just kind of reviewing that move. Because again, part of it was end of day yesterday, part of it was today. I mean, most of it was today, but seeing into close how they hit that low of day and then kind of held a higher low and then just kind of squeezed into the close, just kind of interesting. And then today, they open right here and just jump. That's it. That's all they had to do. All the hard work was done end of day yesterday. IWM possibly retaking 208.60 here. I mean, they don't have a candle close yet, but they are close to the end of this 5-minute candle, so keep that in mind. Looks like SPX slowing down a little bit more than the SPY chart, but neither chart breaking structure. We can see they still have a little bit of room above structure. If you go to the SPY chart, they're at the exact same level. And yeah, good morning to every one of you. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you're in the YouTube stream. Good morning to you if you're in the Discord stream. VC, what are with all these retracted messages? Are you Black Ops? What is this? I didn't get to see those, or maybe I did see them, but wait, I received possible scammer news on Grant Cardone. I have to read this. What the hell? Grant Cardone apparently posted something that says, warning, stock market is due for a 50% correction, taking S&P below 2674. He says tens of millions of households will have their retirement and savings destroyed by being invested in the stock market at these levels. The yield curve, which, by the way, only old-timers call out the yield curve, has been inverted for plus 500 days. This has only happened 3 times since 1920, 1929, 1974, 2009. And if you didn't know, a lot of those years, there were huge crashes. Each time markets decline more than 50%. If your retirement account loses 50% before considering the destruction of your principal's purchasing power due to inflation resulting in a 75% loss. By the way, SPY is breaking structure. You're bear stepping into the chart a lot more now. Like I said, if they do, a quick drop will happen. You are getting that quick drop. I hope that makes more sense. I've been going over that more and trying to go over it in a more patient manner. But those quick drops happen because of those important areas. Sorry, I'm still reading into this tweet. This is hilarious. That's pretty funny. Damn, I mean, so basically what I just said to somebody who sent me that is that, like, his data's not wrong, but he's using the yield curve as his entire, like, argument. Which I guess I understand, but, I mean, he's literally talking about crashes that happened a long time ago. And just because the market's going up, that doesn't mean it's a great time to talk about how it's going to come down. It's so easy to do. And that, honestly, do you guys want to know why new all-time highs are made in such an awkward way? Like, you know, when we make a new all-time high, and it's not just like... Sometimes it does break it and just keep flying. But sometimes it breaks it, then it sits, then it breaks it again, then it sits, then it breaks it again. It's because of that changing sentiment. The changing sentiment is causing new all-time highs in an awkward fashion like that, because you have people like that who, when the price goes up, they're like, oh, this has to come down instantly. And then it doesn't. And then it goes up again. They're like, oh, well, it has to crash from here, right? Doesn't. Like, they're providing the liquidity to make the price go up more. By the way, break of structure happened. Large wick happening on SPX here. It's probably happening on SPY as well. Yeah, large wick. So, looks like they just wanted that gap fill overnight really quick. If that holds, that's super bullish. Pattern-wise. Wait, what? My brain hurts. You said, yeah, that message was a half week old. How? This stream just started today. How are you sending messages from a half week ago? That just hurt my head. Do you control time, VC? You're good, Mel. I actually, lately, I'm not gonna lie, and if you've been paying attention to my posting in the Discord, which I saw you were, Mel, I saw a couple people were, but if you just wait for the 30-minute to give you something, then switch down to the smaller time frames, you end up getting some of the best trading opportunity of the day most of the time. Now, sometimes you're going to miss, because sometimes the setup's already there and it just goes without us. It's inevitable. Oh, the Cardone? Oh, my friend just sent it to me, so I didn't. Plus, I don't really know if it... I don't really have any timelines on Grant Cardone. I don't really care about paying attention to his updates. Grant Cardone is a proven scammer. There's 350, 525 open interest, and the SPY 613, 405 puts that second highest open interest I see, so someone is betting on that. You also have to take into account, Dr. J, that people are also using spreads, and sometimes with multiple leg spreads, sometimes you do have to go out that far to adjust something in a certain way. So it could also be part of a spread, but that is pretty funny. The fourth highest open interest on SPY are 420 puts expiring today. So someone made a bad bet. Yeah. See, like right there, that could be for a spread. In our heads, you and me might think, as a naked trader, wow, that guy's stupid. Why would he bet on that? But it might be part of a leg of a spread for all we know. So that's why I don't like to judge it instantly. But if that is a naked trade, that is hilarious. But I almost promise that's part of a spread to some extent, because 420 is a little bit too far OTM, if you know what I mean. It's only been 41 minutes. I'm not going to sit here and say today can be choppy. We're still holding really good structure, actually. Looks like a couple weights are kind of resettling. Remember what I said about boring chop on SPY. A lot of the time it means that something is settling or trying to find its structure or just trying to figure out where the hell does it want to go. So right now, let's go see. So we have tech pulling back. That's the largest sector. Second largest sector, healthcare, moving up. So that right there, that just proved what I just said. Everything is settling. We haven't even checked the other ones yet. Let's go see. Banks, I mean, they're up, but they pulled back a little bit. They're at today's open. Possible breaking. Discretionary, kind of everywhere. They're just kind of inside of themselves right now. Comms moved up a little bit. Not too bad. I don't know why industrials are still sitting here. Who tricked me into looking at that? Tech is down, though, so just keep that in mind. Which means Apple and Microsoft are struggling today. And that's why I say you gotta check both, too, because right now you'd be looking at this, and you'd be like, oh my god, we're gonna pull back. But then you go to the healthcare chart, second largest sector, and you're like, oh wait, there's a chance. Never mind. And that's what SPY's doing right now. It's kind of like in a weird part of the chart where it's like, we just took a dip, and I promise this just trapped a bunch of people. This gave this chart energy to maybe make new highs. We just made a new high right there, but we might actually make it to the pre-market high just because of this candle. The amount of people who dumped in on a potential dump are now becoming the liquidity for a possible jump. If they reject this candle, though, this is going to be pretty awkward. Yeah, I mean, if you started shorting that, I think you're a freak. Because there's been zero signs of bears being here today. We talked about a potential lower high right here, but we needed a break of structure. So this isn't by itself. We have no break of structure at all. They tried to do it right here, instantly brought it back up. And like I just said, they are now becoming the liquidity to possibly jump up to pre-market high, which is at that 530.9. On SPX, I didn't quite look. But they are also making a new high of day. Possibly pushing beyond structure and maybe making it to 53.20, 53.25. So we'll see what happens there. But that looks like the highest probability outcome for these two charts right now, as of right now. Might be a little awkward for small caps too. And if tech gets into this fight, SPY chart's definitely going to start pumping more. If this starts dumping more and then healthcare starts dumping more as well, which right now they're not, that could be the opposite. We could be getting very fast drops. So to kind of keep XLK and XLV on a side watch to kind of see momentum, I'd really just go off of today how those do together, because right now they're almost perfect opposites from open price action. Energy transfer still at 16. BA, what the hell? We talked about the breakout over this lower high from yesterday, but I would have never told you that it's going to 184 or 183. I would have maybe said previous day close and maybe that high right there. This is massive. But it's that exact type of thinking that causes moves like this. It can't go up that high. It's impossible. And then it goes up that high. That could never happen. It's impossible. Let's go, though. Anybody who's paying attention to the game plans, good for you. I'm glad you didn't jump into shorts. If you did jump into shorts, shame on you. You're gambling. And like I said before, if this isn't that attractive of a move, because it should be, with the amount of liquidity that was grabbed here, this should be a really clean move up to pre-market high. So if it isn't, then that tells us that buyers are weak. Should we just jump into shorts? No. But it tells us something. It's not always about is it bullish, is it bearish. It's always about the tempo. I see coin is down even more. Good job, VC. Anybody who followed that game plan had a fun time? saying to hit targets. Good morning to everybody in the Discord. I got Tobias, Spicy, Skyway, React Mail, Letterbuck, Joyful, Jabroni, Adam, good to see you. Garden Trader, D-Touch Drake, Bones, Ashmilly, and Peabody. Good to see you all. What was I about to click on? Nothing, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna quit clicking around for a couple seconds. I just want to like chill. But then we'll switch back between XLK, XLV. We'll go check some of our other watches. AMD though on fire today with the Nvidia and SMCI push. Yesterday I posted Moderna, AMD, SPY, SPX. This morning we talked about Coin, IWM, SPY, SPX, Triple Q, Tech, Healthcare, and a couple others. If I see another message retracted on my stream, VC, I'm gonna delete you. You're gonna be retracted. And yes, that was a threat. Satire, Minecraft, GTA, in-game. Just kidding, YouTube. I gotta remember YouTube's pretty woke. Sorry, I don't want to make noise. You're gonna make noise if I see another retracted message. It's okay to type something and it be wrong. Just remember that. Like, it's not like we're perfectionists in here. You're allowed to make mistakes while typing. And especially in my streams. I mean, I'm the epitome of making mistakes while typing. So please don't retract your messages. Just leave them in there. It just looks really sketch. That's why I don't want you to do that. I'm perfectly wrong. Exactly. It's a great way of putting it. Well, it's only been about an hour since I started the stream. How is everyone doing this morning? You guys taking a bunch of trades yet? Are you guys just kind of chilling, waiting for a better opportunity? I've seen minimal opportunity on SPY, but I've seen great opportunity on other charts, and that's really why I've been highlighting other setups today. Like we talked about AMD, we talked about Moderna, we talked about Coin, and it's for that exact fact that it's just, if SPY does nothing, I want to at least have other setups just in case. IWM, I wish that would have worked out better. That was definitely a really good setup in my opinion. Coin did really good. That's probably the best one today, surprisingly. Moderna has a chance of still becoming the best setup today. And we're kind of monitoring XLK and XLV together. Actually, pretty good signs by Tech here. See how they kind of went down with the hammer here, filled the overnight gap, inside bar, positive print, retaking today's open. It's a lot of bullish stuff all in 3 candles. So if they get something else to follow that up, that's going to be a really good sign of recovery by that chart. Tech still, healthcare, sorry, still up on the charts. That's good. Banks are kind of in the exact same seat as Tech right now. If they can hold their support, that also looks good for bulls. Discretionary possibly rejecting a resistance. So keep eye on your Amazon, Tesla, Nike, McDonald's, Home Depot sector. And then calm, just kind of meh. A lot of meh candles everywhere on that chart. On the 5-minute at least. And back to SPY, because I just really want to see if we smack pre-market high or not. Apple bears don't want to give up on previous day high and pre-market high. Good update by Ryan. Alexa said 15% on SPY at the moment. Longs on Intel and Pfizer with time. Watching Moderna as well. I know you're watching Moderna. I'm only watching it because you are. I started seeing some of your success on it. I was like, damn, Moderna does make some pretty good moves. Also, I back tested it a lot more to get more comfortable with it, and I do actually like some of the patterns it provides, but I noticed it takes its sweet ass time once it does a new breakout and gets into a new zone. It'll take its sweet time consolidating too, so I think that's just one thing I need to keep in mind. But it does have amazing setups. It does exactly what I want, the patterns. We want patterns with positioning. That's all I'm looking for. If I can find a chart that does that, it should be fun. Premiums are cheap. Maybe they are not expecting too much move. Yeah, I don't know. It might just be because we're on the tail end of a lot of news and there's just nothing to look forward to right now. So that could be the case. Again, that's why I stress looking at other setups. There are plenty of charts that are moving today. Not every chart is doing that. I'll look over in the YouTube chat and just Leland says, "Good morning, I love you." Good morning, Leland. How are you doing, man? Everybody reopens their SPY options chain saying Leland's here now. Oh, good updates by React and Detouch in the Stock Talk chat. Sorry guys, I didn't even notice those. Google new high of day. Good call out, React. My bad, guys. I try to use everyone's call outs. You hate us, we understand. I do not hate. That is a strong word. Just kidding, React, just you. I gotta screenshot this because I have not posted in a minute. SPY still on the uppity up but slow, since all news is now behind us. Of all those words, I spell the wrong. Not uppity up, but the. Yo, good morning, Fake Mojo. Good to see you. What's up, Jack? Upping stop on SPX calls, Tobias says. And we are pretty close to pre-market high. I know we didn't perfectly touch it, but this was the move I was looking for. Not that exciting. We got a really nice hammer. We talked about how this hammer creates the liquidity for this chart to even make it to that pre-market high. And we've gotten most of that move as we're only about 13 cents away from the PMH. Good morning, Joyful. Good to see you. So yeah, that looks like the only trading opportunity we've seen today on SPY is just the hold of structure, the hammer, creating liquidity for buyers to move up, and then this move to pre-market high. This is the only move I have personally liked this morning on SPY itself. We had that little bit of a dip on IWM earlier. We had the pump on AMD, NVIDIA, SMCI. We had the coin move, which that was probably the cleanest trading opportunity today so far. So far. Moderna might possibly become the best opportunity as it's holding 130. Just needs to pop that new high. But bulls are definitely present on that chart now. Short term. Boeing on another level today. Tech getting more movement above today's open. So they haven't made a new high of day yet, but they did get more movement above today's open. So they lost it. They retook it. Healthcare still doing well. See, they're still just kind of teetering around that high over there from previous day close. So nothing really new to talk about on that one. After the hammer formed, entered SPY after the breakout. First target was pre-market high. Stop loss moved to the recent closed candle to secure profit. Round of applause for Mikey. Mikey, I'm going to pin your message because that was trade of the day. Good job. And this is how we call out in our group. We use reasoning to provide confidence, not, oh my god, guys, buy calls. It's going up. Yo, did you see what VIX did yesterday? I did not. You better not be messing with me. I'm not clicking it until I get a confirmation. I thought they stopped the trading under 13. Alright, I'm looking. Oh my god, no, I didn't see that. Oh, he wants me to check this because is 13 our magic number? Is that the number we always make fun of? Or was it 12? I thought it was 12. Oh, 15. Yeah, 15. 15 VIX is broken. I used to have ranges on mine. I'd have to redo it on this one. Like zones for, not based off levels, but just kind of like, okay, this is low volatility. Okay, this is medium volatility. Okay, this is high volatility. You know, just stuff like that. That's the only thing I would do is gauging it. You can definitely see volatility is falling through the floor though. But as the market rises, so does volatility. That's just how that works. Oh, 14 was the magic number. Okay, okay. AMD new high of the day again? Don't lie to me. I gotta see this for myself. Oh my. And look where it jumped from. I'm so proud of this damn chart. This was one of the few I posted last night because I just really like AMD. It moves really well. I feel like it's not the most impossible thing to trade. Lots of updates for premium and lifetime today on a couple of those setups. Let me go check the other chart real quick. No, not coin. Moderna. Moderna, new high of day. Let's go. All right. Good call out, Cam. Be sure to drop a like if you're in the YouTube stream. It helps out a lot. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed some of today's updates, game plans, updates, just stuff like that. I'm not going to sit here and hold your hand, but we have done a lot of hand holding in today's stream and yesterday's. So hopefully you guys take some of these lessons and stuff to heart and actually review the streams a little bit. I need to go back and make a video from Monday's trade. I need to go back and cut up something from yesterday's stream, so there's possibly 2 videos on the way. Tesla did a good job creating liquidity, retaking a level, building structure above it, and moving away from it. It's a very clean chart today. See, but some people are going to look at that and they'll be like, oh, I just grinded up. That's ugly. No opportunity. But there was an amazing amount of opportunity here. It's all about that candle-to-candle analysis. Which I feel like that's our advantage as a group, is we don't just do candle to candle analysis. We also have really, 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 really good levels. That is one thing I will be cocky about. I know my levels are good. I know our levels are good. We've back tested them tens of thousands of times for multiple years now. They work. We're beyond that. But if you can get that down, as well as navigating with candle to candle analysis and just knowing patterns, just knowing how candles should work, knowing the probabilities of things after so many reps, it really does give you a lot better opportunity, more often than not. So even if you suck at trading, you eventually get something, right? Just because you have such strong info in front of you. And like we said, buyers are pretty much going to stay in control as long as the combination of multiple levels here continue to hold. But more importantly, the structure right here that was built this morning by price action. We can see they failed to hold any kind of candle close under, and we've actually now gotten a move up to the top side of our pre-market range. So now we're kind of at a caution area where now we know bears can show up more now because we don't have any break of pre-market high. That's our next trigger to be more bullish. So right now we have to assume if lower highs are made under pre-market high, that they want to pull this back down, because now you have to consider this as a range trade because we don't have a break of anything. So yes, we are still above today's open. We are still bullish overall in the day, but in current range, if this creates lower highs, this should reject and at least come test where they made an open range move. So basically 530.26, not that big of a move. So I wouldn't even add that though, just because we have so many levels so close by. There's no need to continue to cluster our chart. So I'm going to keep it how I have it, but just be aware that lower highs can be made from here. And this would actually be a good risk-reward spot compared to here, where there's no risk-reward. Where's the risk? Where's the reward there? You're basically gambling on a random drop, which did happen, but that's not going to always happen. You want to find lower highs at a resistance, at something, right? So right now, all we just have is a push up to pre-market high. You don't have any lower highs yet. But visualizing forward, if that is to pop up, that would be a good spot for it compared to earlier where this wasn't a good spot at all. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh. See Moderna struggling after they hit past 130 to hit 131. The next area above is like 133 to 134.50s. But again, if they come back down and they break this, you are invalidated. Ooh. This is no longer super bullish if it breaks this level again. As of right now. I have to keep saying that because these are all intraday updates. Today updates. I'm not talking about 2 days from now, 3 days from now. I'm talking about right now. Right meow. Alright, so they're holding higher lows in IWM. That could get some better upside. We'll see though. We're still seeing a slowdown against pre-market high on SPY. Good stuff, Tobias. You got stopped out, but 42% gains. Good stuff. AMD still kind of chilling around today's highs. Tesla made a new high of day again. Good job. Coin getting a bounce at 208. Kind of expected due to how much falling had happened so quickly. I mean, in that timely manner, they definitely made a good move to the downside. They broke one level, broke another, made it down to the last before a scary gap fill. Moderna is still at that same spot. Is there anything else we talked about? Talked about Tesla. We talked about AMD pretty heavily. And let me know if you guys like that. If you guys want me to cover other game plans during the day as well as in the morning before the market opens. I really don't know how many people actually use them or not, but I like to do it just for myself, even if nobody is trading it, because it's just good for routine. It's just part of my whatever, my routine, like I said. Just doing the same thing over and over. It's also good to stretch your legs and do it on various tickers that you're not so used to. Alright, no response. Bet. We're just chilling then. We're just chilling. IWM returning with vengeance, possibly breaking today's open. I mean, they did break it. We're looking for a close, though. And SPX and SPY, new high of day. They are still in bullish trend, and this is kind of invalidating what could have been a lower high. I guess it still could pop up, but it is a good sign that a new high was made for buyers. Good job, Mikey. Don't want to let decay win. Secure profit. Leave a runner, see if it hits pre-market high. Good job, man. Good job. Leland. I better not see anybody in puts. If you're in puts, you better hide from me right now. There's been zero sign to enter puts. I could see a couple signs where you're like, it's slowing down and stuff, but zero triggers for entries on shorts today. There were a couple slowdowns. We had a little bit of a scare at that hammer. We had a slowdown here under the pre-market high, but I mean, you had no lower high made. Remember, that is all I've talked about today. Looking for a lower high if it even pops up. Didn't really get one. Got close, but no cigar. And now they have they actually closed over the pre-market high. That amazes me. Oh my god. I said if you're in puts, you better not talk to me. Leland goes into chat after me and puts trimming puts here. Oh my god. Feeling like yesterday's trend day? Yeah, just kind of like an awkward grind up. Yeah. That is most likely what can happen today, but I don't like to talk like that, honestly. Like it's cool to be like, yeah, we could do this, we could do that. But when time comes, like right here, right now, we're in the market. Like, it's not good to be like, oh, we could do this, we could do that. Like, no, right now I need to be going off of what is happening. I don't want to second guess. And neither should you. He got 9 laughing reactions quick at AF on that. Trimming puts here. I said I'll be damned if I'm streaming and posting. Because I've been posting updates while streaming this whole time. I just feel bad whenever I know Spy's not in a great spot. So I want to make sure everybody in chat sees there are other setups. Because I don't want people to be like, oh, Spy sucked today. Which, actually, Spy hasn't sucked today. So if you're saying that right now, you're lying to yourself. You could say the pacing has been slow. You could say it's awkward. I've even said that. Because it is awkward. But you can't say today wasn't that good. I mean, we had a really good show of Sign of Life by buyers. They built structure here. We talked about that. We even drew a nice little trend line here. A hammer came in. Which, again, if this had closed lower, I would not be sitting here saying this. But the fact they wicked back up, creating the liquidity to give us that potential hit of pre-market high, that's super bullish. If you go back in the stream, my words are literally, this is super bullish. So if you're someone who's just going to ignore me and grab puts here or grab puts here, that's on you. You're not trading the system. That's not how my system is traded. That's you being biased. We're up. We have to come down. Let me buy puts. That exact mindset is going to burn a hole in your wallet. No, it is wrong, Chuck. That was wrong. It was very wrong of him to do that to me. I could go in there and post a game plan. It would get like 2 reactions. Then we'll just put trimming puts. He gets 10 off the rip. I'm gonna remember that. Fair enough, though. It is Leland. The Lelands, the Rambos, the Kevos, the Mels, they're always gonna get some good reaction. He went into chat just now. Just look at Trade Floor. I'm not even gonna explain it. The last message in Trade Floor by Leland, or should I say not Leland. I'm changing your name in chat. Your name doesn't even fit. Runner out. Good job, Mikey. I was actually just about to ask you because I saw my pinned message and it reminded me you were still in that runner. Good job. He said his runner is out. Back to work. Thanks, B, as always. Good job, Mikey. Proud of you, man. You did really good on that. That was all you. No hand holding. Eric. I saw that. You were in Apple puts, but your stop loss got hit. That is a very awkward chart. Like jump roping previous day high over and over and over, mixing in their today's open. AMD, let's go. Oh my god. Hallelujah, am I right? I can't really post it in Trade Floor because that does I just realized Daffy called it out like 100 times this morning. Alright, well, I'm done with AMD. It has almost made it to that next target. I am not going to keep shoving updates down y'all's throats on that one. Looks like coin is still weak. They're against 208 still, though. No break. And Moderna moved up a little bit more, but the pacing is so slow that I doubt anyone's killing it on that trade. Probably up, but not destroying it or anything. Nothing crazy here on SPY either. But we got what we wanted. If you go back in stream, the main play on SPY I talked about was the fact that we are very bullish after that hammer right here. And that we're looking for a pre-market high retest. That's it. So we got our main trade out of the way on SPY. We talked about IWM. Got a little bit of a move there. Nothing special, though. I'm not really going to sit there and try to sit there and talk about how that was a profitable trade. That wasn't really amazing. AMD, super profitable. Kicked us on that one. Moderna, just kind of mid. I would say it was profitable, but not that crazy because we didn't get the move to 133s. We only made it about halfway, actually. So nothing to really talk about on that one. Boeing killed it. I would say I sat here and talked about a real play, but I didn't. I just talked about a breakout over this lower high and that you could work towards today's open, previous day close. But I would have never have sat here and said we're going to go smack previous day high, so I'm not going to sit here and take credit for that. That is definitely not right. Tesla, this was actually looking really good for downside multiple times. I think React is the one who actually called out upside on it, and it actually has done so very well. They almost made up to that next high, 175s. So really good call out by him, kind of correcting my initial game plan. And I think that's it. I don't think I covered anything else. I mean, we've been going over healthcare and tech pretty crazily, but I wouldn't say they had plays on them. I'm not looking to trade those. I'm looking to just kind of use them to help me navigate these charts, especially SPY. But we're through 530s. We're a whole dollar past 530 now. It's kind of crazy to say out loud. It was only a few weeks ago everybody was calling for the death of the SPY and how this should go down to $406 a share or something. I was seeing some crazy calls by people online. Somebody needs to write a book on how reading social media makes you a worse trader. I am not joking, because if you had followed any plays over the last couple days just from social media, you are in pain. You were probably shorting the market, and you probably didn't sell AMC or GameStop. Probably very red right now based on social media trading. So this is why I promote staying away from that stuff. You guys are smart enough on your own. You can find a system on your own, whether it's mine, whether it's whatever you find. I don't care. Find a system, stick to it, create a routine, build yourself up with it. King Carnage said, social media makes you worse at everything. Makes you a worse everything. 100%. I agree. But in terms of trading, I urge you guys to stay away from following people. I urge you to stay away from listening for updates, taking call-outs from people online. I urge you. Please. I challenge you. Please stop looking at that stuff. If people have time to go and trade, allegedly, and post online 100 times a day, they're probably not really trading. So should probably stay away from those people. AMD did cure cancer. That thing is just on another level today. The fact it's up 3% is wild. Because Nvidia is not up 3%. I don't think SMCI is up 3%. Yeah, no, they're down 1%. They're down. Nvidia is only up not even a whole percent right now. Like, AMD is actually killing it. I believe it's like a follow-up move, though, because I believe there were days where, like, Nvidia was killing it, and if you go down here, I just need to move this up the list. Have these together. You can see SMCI killed it. You know, they did really good. You go look at AMD. They just now started catching up these last 3 days. Whereas Nvidia is kind of already past this shoulder. They're kind of already working up. So is SMCI. So this could just be AMD following them a little bit more. And just maybe a couple days later they have stronger days. Who knows? Maybe nothing like that has to do with it. But either way, AMD is killing it. No movement by Tesla. That sucks. Alright, we'll just go back to SPY. There's really nothing to check here. We're just getting continuous new high of day on the market right now. What's going on here? That was weird. Just posting a big update on the bot regarding SPY. Nice. Damn. Never mind. Maybe I was just kidding about that. I was like, Moderna was just mid. It was alright. It wasn't that great of a setup. I checked chat and D-Touch is over here posting like 108.7% on it. What the fuck? Who the fuck? What the? That kind of hurt my head for a second. Good job, D-Touch. Here's the update on the bot. So here's like the initial morning game plan. Watch for a break of structure under 530 in pre-market low or new highs and a push beyond pre-market high. Just kind of initial game plan. Talked about coin, updated coin. Talked about SPY, updated SPY. Damn though, D-Touch. Good job, Eric. I just saw what you posted. I'm just checking out updates. I see a couple people. 115%, Eric. Who are you? Who is you? Done for the day. See y'all tomorrow. See you later, King Carnage. Just printed 50% in 2 minutes. Good job, Tobias. I'm happy for you. Wait, why is it getting to you, D-Touch? Explain. I'm not sure, Green. You might have to message them. I have seen some people have that problem. I really don't know why. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. Oh, the SPX trade is getting to you, not Moderna. Wait, why is your SPX trade getting to you? Where do I need to be looking? Did you already post your result? You did. Okay, let's look at this. Call entry, call exit. Oh, you got caught in that hammer. Let's think about this for a second. Oh, I see why you're saying it's getting to me. You're saying it's getting to you because you had to cut on that BS little drop, and then of course it keeps rising. So technically your game plan worked, but it just sucked because you had to take a realistic loss. I mean you had to, because it's gonna be a little impossible to hold that. And you're on the 2 minutes, so I can't sit here and criticize you because I'm on a completely different time frame. So I can't sit here and be like, well, the hammer and this and that and this and that. Like, I can't really criticize your trade because... Oh, you got back in after that first loss? Oh, okay. All I know is if you're getting antsy, man, turn your screen off, walk away. Because I know when I get antsy, I make even worse decisions. By the way, coin is continuing to die. I actually thought they were going to take their sweet time, but they do not care. 205, low of day. Oh, okay. I saw that. When you said you cut because the cons were moving. Okay. I did see that. Which, fair enough. No, I don't want to buy. Holy. There we go. Wait, let me see SPX for a second. Okay, SPX did hit that next target. So be very careful. I don't have a target there on SPY, but there must be one if SPX has one. Oh, nice. I just typed this in the wrong chat. I gotta retype that again. Okay, SPX hit the main target. I'm not gonna keep updating chat on that one. Nice, we did Coin, AMD, Moderna, SPY, SPX. All while streaming and updating and explaining every little thing. Yeah, Ryan, we can do that. I just feel like it's an early entry, which, I mean, you kind of already said that yourself too, but it's just an early entry. It's what I explained all day in stream today. Like, you went for the first touch. You didn't wait for a second. I mean, it really just went up here one time and then pulled back once. This isn't really a fair enough times to really get in on this. What time frame is this? This is also the 1 minute. Yeah, even more so. Definitely want to see more touches than just the first. Kind of sucks too, because your setup worked. It just didn't do it till the second time. Good job cutting it though. I'm glad to see you're not just sitting there ignoring it. Jesus, or Alexis. Ah, he did the retake. Good job. It's not a problem. You're ignoring rules. That's why I kind of sounded pissed off earlier in the stream, and it's because I'm seeing a lot of you guys do this, and it's like you're not listening to a single thing that's being said in stream. And I don't mean to attack you guys, but Jesus Christ. You're not stupid. I know this. I know your ears work. I know you're not dumb. And it has nothing to do with intelligence either. I know you guys review this stuff. I know you're seeing what you're... I know you see it. Like, you said it in your own... You said it in your own trade review. You said this was an early entry. If you know it's an early entry, then why are you taking it? Get on to yourself. Don't let this shit slide. You're going too easy on yourself. I'm seeing a lot of people do this in chat, too. It's not just Ryan. Ryan's just being open about it. No, I'm not cutting slack. But I'm just like the other day, I had to get on to a couple people because they were trying to short when we're above today's open. You just did the exact same thing. You saw one candle close under today's open on the 1 minute and you started shorting. That's a problem. If you were in stream or listening to any updates I had posted, you would know that we had not once gotten a trigger for downside. We did get a little bit of a scare on this candle, but I remained on the 5 minute for a reason. Because I knew that 1 minute was going to be giving off a lot of fake signals. Because it's the 1 minute. It's not going to be perfect. It'll be the quickest. But we didn't get a single candle close under that on the 5-minute. I haven't even had a chance to look at the 30-minute too much today, which is what I would have preferred looking at. I would have preferred to have looked at the 30-minute today, but we just didn't get enough consolidation or any kind of signs to show us anything on the 30-minute. All this is showing us is what we saw on the 5-minute. We see a hammer at support, so there's really nothing new to take away from that. And plus, it's not like today was that crazy of a day. I mean, let's be honest. Like, I'm sitting here praising how good this move was, but, I mean, it really isn't anything fancy. We know, and this is why before the market opened, I talked about this, or before the move started happening at least, I started talking about how it is awkward for new trades. It's very awkward for new trades. I'm not going to deny that. But you need to be aware of that. So should we be shorting the first candle to close under today's open after we just made new all-time highs for a second day in a row? No, probably not. Now, if we had created lower highs, got a good candle close under that, I'd be on the other side of the fence. I'd be saying, you know what? You saw a slowdown. You saw that it was validating for bears to show up. Great trade. Good sign of slowdown. He said, yeah, you're right. I need to hold myself accountable more. I feel like I fix it, and then when I see a setup, I forget. That is exactly what's happening, and it's pretty normal. It's very human. Well, we're human. We're not going to be computers. We can try our best, but we're not. But I agree with you, though. I mean, it really comes down to what you said, holding yourself accountable more. Like, you just got to remember this. Like you, I'm trying not to be a dick, but let me put this in a very, very simple way. If you're able to message and tag me and say, hey, can you review my trade real quick? But in your trade review, you literally have the answer to your problem, then you're just ignoring the obvious. Like, that's on you. You're just not serious about it. That's how I see it, at least. Right? So I feel like you just gotta get onto yourself more. Like in this scenario, you got to. I don't ever give anybody that advice, but you gotta get onto yourself more. You gotta remember the errors that are being made. At least the obvious ones. That one's obvious. You pointed it out before I even did. So that would be an obvious error. Of course, not every error or mistake we do, or, you know, we're not going to be able to back that up with like, oh, I should have known that. Like, no, not every error is going to be like that. There are going to be ones where we weren't aware of something. That's fine. We'll learn. We'll move on. But the obvious ones, we got to get onto ourselves. Like, I feel like that one, and then the one yesterday that I was talking about, where people are shorting after we're above today's open. It's like people see one red candle after we get back above today's open, and just because it could be a lower high, they start shorting it. It's like, no, that's against trend, man. You're ignoring what's in front of you. Good review, though, Ryan. I'm glad you're able to at least reply, man, because there's plenty of times where people act like they want me to review their trade. I review it, and then they're like, well, I didn't think you'd hurt my feelings. So, you know, thank you for actually being open about it and understanding that I'm not here to attack you. I'm simply going over the chart. And based on the system, too. Like, this isn't my bias. I don't know if the market's going up or down, but I know how the system works. I know how it's supposed to work. I know what it's supposed to look like. And if I know that much, then I should be able to at least draw conclusions towards that direction. And so should you. I'm not special. You know the system just as well as I. And good job, Alexis, Noxta, and For Profit for posting updates in your Swing Trading TA channel. I'm glad to see more of the leaders stepping up in there. Like I said before, this is one of those channels that I swear you'll see like 20 people posting in one day, but it's just not going to happen yet. And it's because this takes time. Being confident, posting updates like this, being disciplined to even post like that every single day or every single week. It takes time. It's been months and we still only have just a few people posting in there, and that's because of how much time it takes. Thank you, Ryan. And good update. Thank you for allowing me to review that. And hopefully I wasn't too harsh. I try to be realistic. I'm never going to sit here and be like, oh, come on, Ryan, you're stupid. Do this. Like, no, I don't think you're stupid. And none of this really has anything to do with intelligence almost 100% of the time anyway. It's almost always about muscle memory. Like, all right, well, if you planned this and you did this, why did you do this? It's all about conditional formatting. If it breaks above this, I target this. If it breaks below this, I stop out. You know, and just doing that every part of the way. In everything you do, it should be a condition. You know, regardless of the price action, this has been a really good stream. I feel like we got to cover some really cool topics yesterday and today. I feel like these two streams combined were a really good duo. We're going to have a more fun one tomorrow, though. Maybe we'll do a lifetime giveaway or something. Because I think I still have 2 lifetime discounts, and once those are gone, I'm going to start doing the routine thing for everybody in the lifetime group. So maybe we could give one of those 2 away tomorrow. I don't want to do marbles, though. I don't want to do the wheel. I want to do something different. If anybody has any other ideas for the giveaway, that'd be cool. I want to give like 1 or 2 lifetime memberships away. But I don't want to do it the usual way we do it. Those are boring. I want to do a cool way. Something fun. Something entertaining for all of us. If anybody has an idea or comes up with something before tomorrow's stream, please let me know. I swear, someone's going to still type marbles after I said it. If Ace is here, he'll type it. But I don't think he is. Oh, Sinful's getting banned. Bet. Russian roulette, last one standing wins. That would be... I'm not going to say fun, but that would be entertaining. We just all meet each other for the first time, and our objective is to play Russian roulette. Oh, hey guys, nice to meet you. I'm Bueller. This is Sinful. This is Elisa. This is Ryan. Good to meet you all. This is Eric. Alright, everybody sit down. Drops Magnum on the ground. Ban the guy that cried over a trade review. Jesus Christ. Cutthroat in here. Wheats Bro said last one to sell GME wins. I will join into the second round. You'll join the second round of Russian roulette? Nice. Drink the punch. Yeah, oh yeah, we could do a punch party. Do one of those like Colts. Yeah, guys, I didn't spike the punch, I swear. Damn, Lisa Cook's term doesn't end until 2038? What are these federal terms that these people get? Walks in late. Hey guys, what I miss? Yeah. My bad, guys. I was in the bathroom. What was the punch? What everyone do? I'm kind of dark today. Let me read. No. It's a good time to be dark. I need some comedy in here. Bone Panda, here, have some punch. Yeah. Here, man, I saved your cup for you. Me wondering why you're handing out punch and haven't drinking it yourself yet. What's something I've not asked? We've always talked about favorite foods, favorite movies. There's got to be something else I've not asked in here. Should I consult ChatGPT.4? Or my bad, OpenAI. Shouldn't call it that. Alright, here's a good one. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I could already see where that one's going. Some of you guys have insane imaginations. What do you mean my punch is fine? Here, try yours. Let me know. It starts handing out the only one that doesn't have poison in it. Here, try mine. Does my punch taste weird? Alright, everybody. What is your favorite... What is your favorite animal? I don't know if I've asked this before. We might have, because we've had plenty of rhino versus bear discussions. Or what was the one I talked about? No, not rhino. It was a hippo versus alligators or whatever. That was a pretty interesting conversation. Assisted by ChatGPT. Dog? That's your favorite animal? Alright, that's not a bad one. I feel like that's a good answer. I'm not reading Sinfuls out loud. Also a good answer. A good breakdown of 530.90, by the way, happened multiple candles ago. No retake so far. So what you're kind of looking for right now in this scenario, I know this can be a little awkward for some of you, but if you look at this higher low here, you're not just looking for a break of this level, you're also looking for a break of this level. So if you get a retest in between this or retest under this, that's a very good sign for short-term bears. But any break or hold of any hold of this and any rebreak of 530.90 to the upside is very good for bulls because that creates more liquidity in the same way this candle did. Now the only difference is that these candles actually did close lower, so yeah. So that's why I'm saying watch both, not just one. So it's good that they broke under, but it's not good that they haven't broken under this higher low yet, because this is kind of what they need to break to change the trend. So just keep that in mind. Real or mythological? I'll go, honestly, say whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a real animal. You could say a damn Gryffindor or whatever the hell they're called. I don't care. Say real or fake animals for all I care. But what is your favorite animal? Oh, he was talking about what I said in chat. I was like, what? Oh, no, that is dangerous, Adam. I agree with you. I just saw what you said as well. Hey, there's David Wilson. There he is. Naked mole rat. A periwinkle. A what? I said animal, not flower. Unless that's also an animal. But what my Google search shows that's a flower.
Someone said Panda. His name is T-Bone Panda. Go figure. You know what's weird? Oh wait, no, not pandas. My mom, oddly enough, y'all have never met her. I don't think I've ever even heard her before. But her favorite animal, which she's never met, nor will she ever meet, is a koala bear. God knows why. Giraffes. Okay, we got another amazing answer. Snorlax because I am him. Nice. We're choosing Pokemon now. Alright, well, I'm glad I asked what y'all's favorite animal was. Very interesting answers. Little do y'all know, every time I ask all these questions, I'm actually like doing psychological tests, and I'm actually figuring out day by day more and more of you are insane. It wasn't to get closer to you, it was for psychoanalysis. I don't care about your feelings, I just want to see if you're insane. I would love a pet skunk with no stink bag, is what Chuck said. Okay, fair enough. I was just about to say, that's weird, but never mind. Skunks do look pretty chill. Like, besides the fact that they, like, you know, have that, they do look pretty chill beyond that fact. You don't have to test, I will just tell you. No, testing is more fun. You're like telling me I'm not supposed to put cheese in front of the rat and make it run around in circles. Like, what? Apple touched previous day closed. Great update by Ryan, getting us back on track as I'm trying to make y'all unfocused. Honestly, once I saw my game plan work out, I think that's when my brain was like, all right, time to joke off. Time to joke around now. AMD still sitting in the 166s. I thought that was going to pull back a little bit more. It did not. Tesla pushed through that level and slowed down now. Very good job. Whoever was updating that earlier, I believe it was Riak or Ryan. I can't remember. But one of you updated that pretty good, so good job. Might have been Riak. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it like that, Doctor. I was thinking two things at once, and they combined into one. So I'm glad you caught that, and I appreciate you calling me out openly in front of the Jedi Council. Appreciate that. Coin is down. No news there. But Darna, I really wanted to see that hit 133 today. But it doesn't matter what I want. Healthcare and tech kind of sideways. Man, anybody who said today was going to suck was so wrong. We got a really good move in the first part of today. Now, I don't know how the rest of today is going to go. But at least for the first hour and a half, we got some good movement. Oh, Eric, don't give me these ideas. She doesn't need to actually have one of these. Is this an actual, like, legal animal you can own? Let me look this up. Oh, never mind. This is not... You're trying to get me to scare my mom. Okay, I see what you're doing. The drop bear is a hoax in contemporary Australian folklore, featuring a predatory, carnivorous version of the koala. This imaginary animal is commonly spoken about in tall tales designed to scare tourists. The drop bear legend tells of a large, predatory marsupial related to the koala that drops on its prey. It says there's a stat. It's called versus koalas. Unlike its herbivore koala cousin, the drop bear is a true carnivore and is understood to feast on a medium to large macropods, including kangaroos and wallabies. My ass. The drop bear has a unique hunting style and will ambush. I want to see one of these things take out a kangaroo. I gotta see that one. Alright, so don't mess with drop bears is what I'm reading. I mean, y'all gotta see this image. This thing is scaring me. I mean, what? It just looks like a wet koala. Yo, high key though, you see something like this chasing after you? Probably not sleeping correctly for the next couple months. You could be one of those people that are like, I don't even dream, and you would still have this thing in your head at night. The retake by buyers has happened. This is now the third time that we've seen a slowdown and no lower high came in under the nearest level to give a bearish rejection. They are retaking 530.90 at the moment. I can't get that drop bear out of my head now. Nukes are going off in the real world and I just sit there and thinking to myself, what do you think drop bear is doing? I thought you were gonna link me something that actually like had a site that was like legal koalas you could own. I appreciate that. I don't think I'll show her that though, because she might actually be a little freaked out. My mom's a wuss. God. Feels so good to stretch. And guys, it's already 10:30. That's crazy. Movement not happening. Time is flying. Is anybody in an active trade or looking at anything? Alright, so I asked y'all's favorite movie. We've gotten colors out of the way. What was y'all's favorite subject in school? And yes, there are red flag answers. Math? Okay, that's not a bad one. Lunch? Great answer. Great answer. I was gonna say study hall. PE? Okay, that's a good one. You had civics class, Eric? You just sat there and talked about Honda Civics, like, every day? Nah, I'm messing. OJT? What, like ROTC? Is that what that is? I'm assuming. Favorite to study or favorite because of a teacher? I'll let you answer however you want it, honestly. I'm not gonna keep this an aggressive answer. You can give me both if you want. Oh, it was a car club. No, I'm kidding. Art and history, didn't know most of it was a lie back then, though. Oh, yeah, no, it does kind of suck learning history and then discovering YouTube. And you're like, wow. Huh. Like, not even really hating on the whole, like, I like school in terms of, like, routine. Like, I think routine of school is a very good thing. Like, I think it sets you up for, like, doing things in the right order and having a good structure. But I don't like some of the things that were taught. Like, 'cause I didn't really like the thing about history either. The history that is taught is horrible. But, again, we live in an age where we don't have you don't have an excuse. Like, anybody in here right now, if you can hear me, you do not have an excuse to complain about school, though. You have the internet. You have YouTube. You have something our ancestors did not have. And that is an insane resource. I mean, no one has ever had anything like this. Wilson said math. Okay. I like the math answers. The math answers are good. Detention? Oh, on-the-job training. My bad, Jeb. I didn't get that far in high school. But on-the-job training, that's probably by far got to be the best thing you could ever do. Because that's what I did. I dropped out of high school and I went into plumbing. I learned on the job. And I swear, that was like the greatest shit ever. Not just like on-the-job learning, but like life lessons. You learn a lot. Things you'll remember forever because you actually did them. Shaq said, having a crazy good teacher made the boring subjects fun. That is a fact. I myself, I really wanted to be one of those kids that liked art, but I sucked at art so bad. But my teacher, I think it was like a coach, Coach Hall or whatever, that dude made whatever super fun. I mean, we could be talking about the most boring thing ever in art, and he'd make it fun. The technology teacher, too, Mr. Mattingly. I even remember his name. Rest in peace to Mr. Mattingly. Dude, I just struck out 2 days in a row. Both at my local libraries trying to find philosophy books. Apparently we hate philosophy now. You might like the... I know you're probably trying to get hard copies, but there is that free PDF site. Don't forget that. PDF.com or whatever it's called. Let me find it. I know you probably don't like PDFs as much. Or it's pdfdrive.com, sorry. But there's like, yeah, about 75 million ebooks on there. So, I mean, I know it sucks to not have the hard copy, but you do have that. Ah, you did drywalling. Nice, Jeb. So you did tape and floating and stuff? Public school was mainstream during the industrial age where the Rockefeller... I swear, as soon as I read that name, Rockefellers... Oh, first be cognizant to be out of school's fun. Took a short, sue me. Alright, just don't be complaining to me. We make a new high. And I'll at least say this, Tobias. At least you're at a part of the chart where it could be a lower high. Anybody you shorted here, they didn't even get that. So, at least you're at a part of the chart that a lower high could be setting up. I graduated 99, so for me, I only used a computer in school. Damn. Yes, everything. Oh, okay. Yeah, I always had respect for the drywallers. That website is clutch, but I definitely went hard copies. I prefer to read paper. No, I figured. I'm just saying, if you have no corner to turn to, definitely go check that site out and try to find something you like, or something that you're looking for. That sucks, though. And if there's any book in particular that you're looking for, you might be able to share it in trade for, and I know a couple of my bookworms in there might be able to help you out. No way, Leland. Somebody in 2024 made that joke, like in a serious way. He said, drop my boat off for repair / We just made fun of people like this, like a couple months ago, did we not? He said, I asked the guy about how much it will cost. He said, you know what BOAT stands for, right? Like the stupid boat joke. I can't believe he asked you that. I would never ask a boat owner, or never tell a boat owner that joke. Because they probably know that joke 10 times more than I ever will. The actual repair guy said it too. Yeah, man, that blows my mind. That's so funny, though. We were just making fun of these people, like, not that long ago. Just going to have to spend money and buy them off Amazon. Damn it, Maddie. That's all good, Maddie. You've been taking some pretty nice trades lately, though, huh? To justify buying books. He just says LOL. Draft Blueprint was also as a tool and die maker. Ah, cool. A tool and die maker. Yo, nice job, Tobias. It's actually slowing down. This might be the best actual bear setup all day long. And I'd like to add one more thing to our conversations. We never talk about this enough. It's in the channels, it's in the courses, it's in everything. But the size of candles. We really haven't had that large of a red candle up until this candle. So it's almost like this is the first time selling has actually popped up on the chart today. Just something to think about. Every time I take my cover off my boat, it costs me $1,000. A little bit, some nice losses last week, not gonna lie. That's why I'm not trading this week. Okay. No biggie. I like that you're in control of it too. You're not like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? You know what to do. You understand you're not in the right place, so you don't need to be trading. And you're still here getting reps. I like that too, Maddie. Instead of being in that zone where you're like, oh, I'm not trading this week, so I'm not going to pay attention to anything. Like, you're still here getting your reps in, man, so that's good for you. Not letting anything get to you like that. I like that. PE, just leave me in the gym. PE was alright. I'm surprised nobody said lunch. I was waiting for somebody to be like, lunch is the best. I think one person said it. Oh yeah, Eric said it, of course. It was Eric that said it. Man, do y'all remember, I mean, this is probably like too far out for some of you, but man, lunch food before the Obamas got in was crazy good. Like, that food, I mean, I'm glad it was taken out because it was kind of fattening, but like, that food was crazy. We better drop harder than this. Is Bears can't smash the sell hours. We'll be gone. Yeah, I mean, you got a lower high there, Tobias, but they did not break 530.90, so that's the only thing kind of scaring your trade right now. Fat and salt equals flavor. It was good food, dude. It was. Yes, dude. The footlong pizza bread, the footlong burritos. Yeah, the pizza was good. I'm not hating on Michelle Obama. I think it was a good thing what she did. Because, I mean, we're still having trouble with kids being fat even after all of that. But that was the golden era. The golden era of, like, good food in school. I might have been in, like, 6th grade when that happened. 6th or 7th. Like, I was early junior high. I'm 29, I think. 28 or 29. I can't remember anymore. I remember being early junior high when that all went down, though. Because it'd be like the spicy chicken that you could get, like... There was, like, queso you could get, like, cheese you could get to, like, dip it in. It was crazy. Super fattening. Not good for you at all. Not in the slightest. But it was good. He says, I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but some of the best chicken tendies I ever had were from New York City public school days. I do remember elementary public school. I remember before even all of that, what I was just talking about. I remember that food being kind of like a nostalgic good. I remember it being good, but I couldn't remember too, like you. Like, was it just because I remember it being good or because it was actually good? Can't remember. Reminded me with school, it's like 1975. Time flies. Damn, 1975. I was negative 20 years old. It's not up to the school system to teach our kids how to eat. If that was the one meal they got, then they wouldn't have been obese. If that's the fast food diets. That's true. I guess you could argue it that way too. Once they started getting rid of the good stuff, me and my friends would just sneak off campus across the street. Dude, we started doing that in high school. There was a place across the street, and they had really, really good food. It was like a Subs kind of place, like sandwiches. Like literally right across the street. The SOS was the best. I'll still make it to this day, and my kids loved it. Mel said trimmed. Good job. Yeah, you gotta trim, because we are still technically holding that high or low trend. We have not broken structure. Where do we have structure? I guess I should ask y'all this. This is a fun question to ask everybody. Let's do a new one. Let's do create drawing set. Test the gang. That's what we'll call it. Test the gang. Alright, so based on just today, so I'm going to ignore literally every other piece of price action. So just based on today, can anybody explain to me, and I know this is going to be kind of hard to answer because you're typing, but where do you have structure on today's uptrend? From today's open, where do we... Here, let me ask this. How many pieces of structure do we have? Not just where are they, but how many do we have? Do we have 1? Do we have 2? Do we have 3? Do we have 5? Do we have 0? Where do you see structure on this uptrend? If you paid attention in the past, you should know exactly how many there are here. But how many levels of structure do you have? Areas where support has been made. Areas where higher lows have been made. Because I said uptrend, so we're focused on higher lows. So where are those higher lows at, and how many of them do we have? See, this is a really good question because it's a trick question. I want to see a lot of you guys answer first before I give it. But how many higher lows do you technically have here? Some of you are going to say a certain number, and it's going to be wrong. Wrong in terms of our system. I don't want you to think like this is how it works, but I'm going to give y'all a couple more answers, a couple more seconds. And some of you might find my answer tedious, but I promise this is how you should look at this stuff. I see a lot of you guys answering 3, and this is exactly what I wanted. The correct answer should be 2. Yes, you do technically have 3 higher lows, but let's start from context of the chart, telling the story of the chart. So where do we have one piece of structure? So we have today's open, we got this little piece of higher low, so you could technically go from open to the meat of that higher low. So technically you have 1 right here, right? So let's just zoom that over. You have 1 right here, load the move to the top of the last red candle, edit properties, send it over to the right. You don't have to add as many days as me, I'm just crazy. The reason I say 2 is because this is just a hold of a higher low. But what do we have trend-wise? So we have an uptrend, new high, awesome, we're still in an uptrend. But what do we get now? Now we have a change in trend. So now we're not just looking at 1, 2 higher lows. We're looking at a high, a potential hold of a higher low, and a lower high. So now we're squeezing. But it's a nice little trick question because the correct answer is technically 3, because yes, this is a higher low. But in terms of how we're looking at this pieces of structure, you really only have 2. You have 1 here and you have 1 here. This is just holding one of them. It's reacting to the failed continuous high, right? So technically, you have 2 pieces of structure, is what the original question was. And you're not technically wrong by saying 3. There are 3 higher lows here. But I just want y'all to look at this in a more, like, tight fashion, I guess. Like, this is where you're, this is a pivot point. This is a pivot point. This is where you're looking for new highs or new lows to be made. These are the 2 most important parts of the chart today. And I also like what Leland said. I would watch that double hammer area. Yes, that is definitely the most important part of the chart right now. Where the current price is, the double hammer holding that second higher low. Very important. Test the gang. We're going to leave that one there. All right, back to this chart. I know, super exciting. Ooh, Guardian Trader. Good answer. I saw what you just said. Previous day high and pre-market high. Seeing some names in our stream I've never seen before. Welcome. Glad to have you. Yes, we are crazy. We sit here and talk about how we're going to poison our own punch. Alright, so I asked y'all's favorite... Wait, what did I ask y'all earlier? I asked y'all the favorite subject in school. What was the one before that? Oh, favorite animal. Let's do a third one. What is y'all's favorite hobby? Favorite hobby or pastime? What is something you like to do when you're not here? Or when you're not at work? Please do not say work is your hobby. I know some of you might. And jump bears. Mel says eat. Eating is his favorite pastime. Not a bad pastime. To each his own. Snowboarding. Okay. Elisa's kissing ass. She said watching your YouTube. Fine dining and beaches. Nice, Tobias. Mel says I swim. Swimming is definitely a lot of fun. Eric says, here's my dad answer. Spend time with my wife and son. Good, safe answer. Always good to have insurance. T-Bone Panda said sleeping. Here we go. Here's a good answer. For Profit said shooting guns. There we go. Garden Trader said gardening. Nice. Have you shared any pictures of your garden before? In the chat? And For Profit, what kind of guns do you got? Or which ones do you like to go shoot? Where do I start? Okay, boy's got an armory. Crying, probably. Nice, Maddie. Sinful said beating up 8-year-olds in Fortnite. Huh. Very interesting answers by a few of you. Honestly, Discord gave way better answers than y'all. One of them said gardening and shooting guns. That was it. Everybody else on YouTube's like eating, sleeping, crying. What is wrong with some of you? Collecting cards. Okay, there we go. Is another good answer. What kind of cards? Pokemon, baseball, football? We talking sports? We talking Yu-Gi-Oh? What we talking here? Mostly Pokemon? Nice. You got any super expensive ones or super rare cards that you got that's pretty interesting? Eating, sleeping, crying, and lifting weights is solid man vibe. So chivalry isn't dead. Real men exist. Hiking, yoga, lifting weights, cigars, golf, barbecue. See, here's some good answers. And the occasional crying. Bone said taking care of kids, taking care of other schoolwork, and reading books. Definitely not a bad answer. Is that even a real gun, For Profit? This thing looks crazy. What is this? A little. He said been modified a little. I gotta show YouTube stream this. Oh wait, no, I probably can't show guns on here, can I? I don't know. I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about them. YouTube says you're not allowed to say the F word anymore, apparently. Which is just mind-blowing to me, because last time I checked, that's freedom of speech. I believe you're allowed to say whatever the hell you want. A CZ Scorpion with a binary trigger. It just sounds like... I mean, y'all gotta see this. If you're in Discord and you're in voice chat, you gotta see that. Even if you're not into guns, that looks cool. That is wild looking. He said, "Don't show guns, dude. I like the stream." Going to Costco when it opens is a vibe. Costco is just kind of a vibe in general, isn't it? It's like a winter wonderland, except all year round. And there's no snow. Yes, I have a lot of alt arts from old eras that are graded. Damn. Okay, so you actually collect cards. Okay. I'll take you serious. Fighting communist propaganda and plotting coups to overthrow. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we can't talk about in here. It's all good jokes, though. I know you guys are just kidding. Well, let me rephrase that. I hope you guys are just kidding. No, you're good, KT. I looked. I was also laughing at Maddie. I saw it. I saw it. Your most expensive card is about 2.5K. Oh my god. I haven't collected cards in a very long time, but when I was really young, I used to collect like football cards. And me and my friend, before we turned into a drug addict, used to go to these like conventions. And in Houston, they weren't that popular yet. And we would go to them, and there'd maybe be like 100 people there tops. But pro players would be there. Like LaDainian Tomlinson showed up one time, and like just all kinds of crazy people. And you could get like free signatures, and like they'd hand out free cards from all kinds of eras, and it was just so cool. You have an 8-year-old that kind of got you back into it? Damn, okay. Does he also collect Pokemon, or is he collecting all kinds of things? Ryan says, I collect Bitcoin. I bet that's working out good for you right now, actually. I haven't been looking at Bitcoin, but just kind of monitoring crypto in general. I know that latest pump, you were probably happy about that one. He's all about the Pokemon cards. That's so cool. Well, there you got something to bond with. You can go out and collect cards all you want. And there's so many cool, like, card conventions you can go to. So, definitely have fun with that. Sam, so that was probably the best question I asked all day. Y'all came up short on the favorite animal question, but that wasn't bad. I would ask y'all what y'all's favorite holiday is, but I already feel like I know most of your answers, so I'm just going to leave that one there. I don't want to ask about y'all's favorite childhood memories, because I just feel like y'all's answers are going to be so outlandish that I might not be able to read out any of them. What else? Favorite drink, favorite color, that's too boring. Favorite song, that would describe a lot about you. He said 4th of July, real. He said, my favorite childhood memory is not having back pain. Favorite candlestick pattern, there we go. Mine, I feel like y'all already know mine, so that's not fair for me to say, but what is y'all's favorite candlestick pattern? And when I say candlestick pattern, I mean an individual candlestick pattern. I don't mean Like, don't say a rounding bottom. I will hurt you. Favorite movie? What is your favorite movie? Just ask five different favorite questions at once. Favorite not mainstream superhero or villain? Ooh. Ryan Reynolds. Why can't I think of the name? Bro, why can't I think of the name? He just said cup and handle. Grab him. No, not Deadpool. I was gonna say the Green Ring. I can't. What's the name of the Green Ring people, bro? Why can't I think of it? I was gonna say Ryan Reynolds in that one movie because it's like one of the worst superhero. Yeah, Green Lantern. Holy crap! Why couldn't I think of that? Probably because it's a ring and it doesn't look like a lantern. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that one. I said the proposal. Sinful said, I'm getting a lot of people's security questions with this stream. Thanks. No problem, man. I didn't even think about it like that. No, if you want those answers, I'd have to be like, what's your grandpa's maiden name? Or what's your grandma's maiden name? Or this, like, you know, weird questions like that. Alright, well, it looks like the lower high is actually holding. And we know that. Hold up, let me zoom in before I explain. And we know that because it didn't make a new high. And it was followed up with a break of the level underneath. Not just once, but now twice. So now we definitely know the lower high is holding. Now what we need to see for bears to continue stepping in is breaking that structure that they were having issues with. Man, why is my zoom so weird right now? Let's do the one day. There we go. Holy for profit, I just saw your Roblox post. I remember that was doing pretty well for you, but I didn't want to bother you until I saw it was done. 118% though? What? And that's why I like that channel, because it's not like, it's not signals. It's not about like, alright guys, follow this, or alright guys, we're all doing this together. Like, no, it's just you taking a trade or you posting an idea and then updating it. It's the routine of the update that's important. Very, very good trade. Be sure to drop a like if you are in the YouTube stream. Glad to have you. Been going for almost 2 hours and 40 something minutes. The number's not showing. And we were looking for a break of structure. We are still not getting it. I mean, they broke it and they're just kind of wicking it right now, but not amazing follow through after that lower high. They tried for a second. Like seems too much of a commitment. Is there a I like but not too much button? IWM rejected previous day control points so nicely. God, I love reading those abbreviations. When I see someone type PDCP, I then know I'm dealing with a different level of individual. PDCP is definitely one of the best abbreviations we have in here. Previous day close control point. Eric said, I heard PDCP or Bears making an outside bar. Man, those are the best though. When outside bars are made, because you have to have a morning like this. I mean, it doesn't have to be just like this, but you have to have some sort of higher open and push to give you the top part of that outside bar. And then you get the breakdown, the retest, the push away, the new low of day. That's what creates that outside bar. And yeah, any day you could see one. I'm not going to say it's today, but any day you could. Now that we're up at all-time highs and hitting new levels and stuff. So if there is ever going to be a large reaction, it'll be a thing engulfing. Excuse me. Sorry. Yawn talking is not right. How was everyone's day, though? Did you guys come out green? Did you guys come out red? Did you just kind of sit cash and take today as kind of a review day? What's your result of the day so far? It's only been 2.5 hours, but still. How was everyone's morning? And if you didn't trade, or if you did trade, you don't have to answer me in that regard, but at least answer me in this regard. Did you at least feel like you knew what was next? Like, did you understand direction? Did you understand, oh, we did this, now I'm looking for this? Did you at least understand that? And if not, I would seriously take time to go back and review yesterday and today's stream, because they weren't necessarily about callouts, but I took my time being very patient, going over things slowly, in depth, just to make sure everyone understood what we were going over and just how the system works. That's all I'm going over. So I hope you guys review that if you were not here as much. I stared at the screen and decided to take a futures trade and then came out green. Small green and follow up. Yeah, because that's really what I'm worried about is how Elisa answered it. I'm not really just looking for if you're green and red, but did you follow what you had talked about? Good job, Elisa. Good job, VC. Good job, Maddie. Good job, Chuck. Carter said, I've been marking the previous day control point every day, but I was curious about something. Is it much more of a factor on bigger daily candles? I assume I haven't seen be much of a POI on smaller dailies. I know they're definitely more effective on larger candles, but it definitely doesn't hurt to also grab it on those smaller days. Now, on those smaller days, why you might see that it isn't as effective is because other levels are closer by. But I wouldn't say it's because of the size of the day. I would say it's just because of the size of the day that it makes it closer to other levels that makes it not as amazing. But I definitely know what you mean. I think it's just because of how many levels are nearby. Yeah, I don't think it's because the day's small. That's just the result of the day being small. But no, good looks and a good question, honestly. I can tell you're paying attention and reviewing stuff a little bit more in depth, because that's not something you would ask if you just randomly got here. Followed. Good job, VC. That's what we like. Calculated days. Okay, now, Carter, you say one bad trade. Do you mean bad as in because it was red, or bad because... Oh, wait, we reviewed your trade. Ignore me. Never mind. Green on the day, but in a call right now. Okay, Tobias. Another small green day, but we stacking. I like to hear it. Because remember, it's not just about the green or the red or the result of it all. We're also looking to see, you know, are we following our plan? Are we making sense what's in front of us? Are we planning something and then sticking to it? Or are we just randomly approaching the chart and just guessing? Nice job, Eric. And good recovery, too. Regardless of getting shaken out of that liquidity move, still catching another good trade and enjoying yourself after. Lexus said green in the AM, now managing swings, not pushing it today. And yeah, you don't have to. I like that. You're in control. Nice. All right. Well, looks like a majority of you guys are either doing well or you understand what's going on. It doesn't look like anybody's like completely lost. It's a good sign. I think with that, I'm going to end the stream. You could be getting a potential bearish retest here. Remember, guys, if you get a continued rejection of this area here, you're going to probably be looking for more downside. I don't know why that line showed up like that. If you end up getting a hold of this and a retake of this, now you're also kind of looking at this lower high trend. So we need to not just get over this level, but you also need to pop this recent lower high. Now that it's been confirmed and structure has changed, because we kind of went from a nice uptrend to the break of an uptrend, but haven't really gotten any follow through the downside. So, still can get some more upside. I don't want to sit here and say that it's only bears that have opportunity here. No, bulls just have as much opportunity from here. But this is where you got to watch out from, is that structure. We also talked about SPX. We talked about IWM pretty crazily today. If it'll ever load. There we go. We talked about AMD. This was one of the game plans I talked about before the market started moving. Talked about Tesla. Talked about Moderna. Good plays, honestly, by us today. I'm glad that we talked about it last couple weeks, and I'm finally getting better at it. But whenever I start to feel that I think SPY is going to just have a meh day, like a day that could have good possibility but not amazing, I end up moving over to looking at other trades, other opportunities, other charts. IWM being my favorite one to switch to. But today we also had AMD, Tesla, Coin, and Moderna on watch today alongside SPY. So it wasn't just watching that by itself, and we didn't just stick ourselves to SPY and say, this is all we have on watch. No, we gave ourselves other opportunities in case SPY didn't do anything or give us great opportunity for a good trade. So I hope you guys enjoy the stream, the breakdowns, the lessons, everything. Because again, it's not call outs in here. Like we do trades together, we break down stuff together, we go over stuff together. Everything is regarded to the system. If it isn't involved with the system, we aren't talking about it. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Seriously, thank you guys for being here on today's stream and all the good updates and stuff. You guys had amazing updates today. I really didn't see too many people straying away from the system. I had to get on a couple people, but that happens. And I feel like it's good for all of us, because all of us will remember, okay, you know, things aren't just perfect. It's not going to be easy. This is difficult, and don't treat it like it isn't. So I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again for being here, and yeah, see you guys in tomorrow.